What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we are going to talk about local and global variables and what is the scope of these variables in Python. So I'm going to tell you everything about the scope of variables in this video and what are these global and local terms. So I'll quickly make a new Python file right here and I'll name this Python file as global variables, and after that I will make a variable right here and name it as n. So n will be equal to 5, and after initializing a variable I will define a function. So I will write def and after that function, and I'll take in L as a parameter of the function, and after that I will write n is equal to 10. Then I'm going to print this. This is a statement, and I will print L right here. So as you can see, I have changed the n variable that was outside the function, and after that I have printed this is a statement. And if I call this function right here, and if I enter for example 6 as the input of the function, and if I print n right here, so if I run this program, as you can see, it has printed this is a statement 6 that was expected, and after that it has printed 5. But why has it printed 5? When we call function right here, it has defined n as 10, and after that it should print 10 right here instead of the 5. But why has it printed 5 instead of the 10? Guys, as you can see right here, where n is equal to 5, where we have initialized the variable right here outside the function and outside any loops or any for loops, this becomes a global variable. So anything that you initialize outside the function or outside any loop, that becomes a global variable. Now, what is a global variable? A global variable is something which can be accessed in the Python file by everyone. So that means that a function can access the global variable, a for loop can access the global variable, anything right here can access the global variable. So for example, if I write L should be equal to n, it won't give me an error because it knows that I should access the global variable. But if I write n is equal to 10, this becomes a local variable. Why? Because when I have initialized n is equal to 10 inside the function, the Python program interprets this n as a local variable. Now what is a local variable? Guys, a local variable is something which can only be accessed inside a function or a for loop. So for example, if I write for I in list, I will print I, and after that if I write n is equal to I, so it will give me an error right here because I right here it is a local variable, and if I run this program for you, as you can see I is not defined. But why has it printed that? Because guys, in the for loop right here, the I is only defined inside the for loop. No one knows I outside the for loop. That is, n cannot be initialized with I. No one knows what this I is. So guys, I'll give you a quick analogy right here. That for example, if this guy right here, if he's a celebrity, and this guy right here, if he's your local shopkeeper, then he shouldn't be that much famous compared to this celebrity. And the public right here, for example, if I bring people from various countries and if I make them sit right here, and if I tell them that who is this person and if I quiz them that who is this person and tell me his name, so they will be able to tell his name because he's a celebrity and they might know him, but can't tell who is this guy because he's a local shopkeeper, and he's not that much famous compared to the celebrity. He might be famous in his locality, but he's not famous at a global level. So that's the meaning of local and global. And right here in the program, if I go to my PyCharm ID, and as you can see right here, n is equal to 5, so that becomes global. That is, global can be used by everyone in this program, but the local variable right here, it cannot be used by anyone. So if I write n will be equal to 5, and if I write for example integer is equal to L. So it will give me an error right here because Python doesn't know what is L right here, and it becomes a local variable basically. So it gives me an error, and I hope that you guys understood what is global and local variable. And now if I want to change this N, so now comes the catch, that how can I change this N right here? How can I make this N the global variable? How can I use this N as the global variable? So if I write global N, global N, as you can see, it will use the N that is outside the function. That is, it will use the global variable right here instead of the local variable. So now this is not the local variable, it will become the global variable. So if I print N right here, and if I run this, I'll comment this out, and if I run this program, as you can see, it has given me that this is a statement 6, and after that it is printed 10 this time instead of the 5. So that means that our program has used the N that was the global variable instead of making a local variable of itself. So I hope that you guys understood the difference between global and local variables. Just a short recap, that local variables when defined inside a function can be only used by a function. That means that you guys can use only your money that is in your house, and you cannot use the government's money. But if you write global N, that means that you can use the government's money, but the global scope that is outside this function, they cannot use your money. That means the government cannot use your money, but you can use the government's money by writing global N. So I hope that you guys understood this. This was just a short analogy. I hope that you understood how we can use this global keyword right here. And guys, I wanted to tell you about another function. So if I comment this out, and I've commented everything out, and after that I'll define a function and I'll write unch. So I'll name this function as unch, and after that I'll initialize a variable and name it as a. So I'll write a is equal to 4, and after that I'll define another function. So I will write def and then sid, and after that I will write global a, and I will write a is equal to 10. So as you can see right here, I've defined a function inside a function. And guys, I am pretty sure that I haven't told you about nested functions. So this is how we can write nested functions, that is a function inside a function. And with practice, you'll get to know what is a nested function. So a nested function is basically a function defined inside a function. So that's what a nested function is. And after that, I'll print before calling sid a, and then I'll call sid. So I'll write sid, and after that I'll print after calling sid, and I'll print a again, and after that I'll call unch. So if I run this program, as you can see, it has printed before calling sid 4, and it has printed after calling sid 4. But shouldn't it print 10 instead of the 4, because we have basically changed a here? Guys, as you can see right here, when I write global A, the program, it searches for a variable outside the function. So it searches for a variable even outside unch. That is, when I write global A, it searches everything outside every function, and it searches right here that is there any variable named global A which I can change, and if there is, I will change it, or else I'll make a local variable. That is this a right here, it will now become a local variable if a is not defined outside the function. So as you can see right here, a is not defined after sid. Yes, it is defined in unch, but it isn't defined outside unch. So it will make its own local variable, and this global variable right here, it will be useless. So it will make its local variable, and if I make, for example, a variable right here, and if I write 10, so as you can see right here, it will use this 10 right here instead of the 4. So now it will become a global variable. So I'll comment this out, and I'll write a is equal to 10, and after that I'll write using the global variable. So it will use the global variable, that is a is equal to 10. I'll change it to 20, and if I run this program, as you can see, it will print 4 and 4 again, because the a is 4 in this case, so it will print 4 and 4. So I hope that you guys understood what is a local and global variable. Right here, this becomes a local variable, and I'm just trying to label every variable right here, and this becomes a global variable, so that you guys can understand what are local and global variables in this program. And guys, this program will be posted down in the comment section below, and I have a small quiz for you guys. So in the comment section below, you have to write this quiz in a few seconds, and I'll pause myself for some seconds in order to wait for you to write the comment. So guys, for example, right here, if I have written a is equal to 20, and after that, if I have written global variable, and I have changed the global variable a is equal to 10. So if I print a right here, guys, what will be the value? What will be the value of a? So that's the question of today's quiz. And what will be the value of a? You guys have to write it down in the comment section below right now. I'll give the answer right now as well. And I hope that you guys have written down your answers in the comment section below. And as you can see, if I run this program, it will print 10. Now, why has it printed 10? When I call this function unch, it initialized a local variable a is equal to 4, and after that it has defined sid right here. Now when I print before calling sid a, it will use the local variable, that is 4, and after that I have called sid, so it will use the global variable, that is a is equal to 20, and after that it will change it to 10. So when I print a right here, a is 10 because it has changed the global variable. So that's what the program was printing, and I hope that you guys understood what is global and local variables and how we can use the global keyword. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't accessed my Python for Absolute Beginners playlist, the link is in the description. Hope you're all safe, and I'll see you next time.